While the spotlight was focused on the biggest names, one player quietly started gaining momentum inside the program. His performance in practice began changing the way people viewed him, and now there's a possibility that he could take on a much more important role than anyone imagined. Inside the Alabama Crimson Tide, something is being decided behind the scenes, something that could define the next several years of this program. And the name at the center of this story is not the one everyone expected. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, because this is where you stay up to date with what nobody else is showing you about your team. Roll Tide. Think about it. When Ty Simpson left for the NFL draft, everyone had one name in mind, the logical favorite, a veteran who was already there, who knew the system, and who had already proven something on the field. Austin Mack had arrived alongside Keelon DeBoer from Washington. He had seniority. He had the respect of the coaching staff, who had even said that he had more command of the huddle than anyone else. During years of spring practices, camps, and workouts, Mack was always the first quarterback to take the field because of the respect he had built over time. It seemed obvious. It seemed decided. But football doesn't always follow the obvious path, and Tuscaloosa is learning that once again. Because something happened during the final scrimmage of Alabama's 2026 training camp that changed everything. A small detail, almost invisible to anyone watching from the outside, but for those who understand Alabama's culture from within, for those who know what every decision by Keelon DeBoer can mean, that detail was a statement made loud and clear. And that's when the name nobody expected began carrying a completely different kind of weight. Are you ready? Because now I'm going to tell you everything. Here's the bombshell. Keelon Russell took the first snaps of the second and final scrimmage of Alabama's 2026 training camp. Him, not Mack. Russell was the first quarterback onto the field, and that had never happened before during this competition. Throughout camp, throughout the spring, throughout the entire quarterback battle, Austin Mack had opened practices because of his seniority, because he arrived first, because he had more experience within the system. But on Thursday, August 20, that changed. And when something like that changes inside Alabama, nobody needs a microphone to understand the message. The order of the snaps is the message. Chris Lowe of On3, one of the most respected journalists in all of college football, confirmed that he expects Keelon DeBoer to announce Keelon Russell as Alabama Crimson Tide's starting quarterback the following week, officially, before the season opener against East Carolina. That, Tide fan, is a turnaround that very few people expected to happen this way, at this moment, with this much clarity. DeBoer didn't give anything away during his post-practice press conference because a good coach keeps his cards close until the right moment. But the people who were at the scrimmage saw it, and what they saw was enough. Now, think about who this kid is. Keelon Russell is 19 years old. He was born in April 2007 in Duncanville, Texas. He arrived at Alabama carrying one of the most impressive resumes American high school football has produced. He was the Gatorade National High School Football Player of the Year, the most prestigious award for high school football players in the country. He won the Elite 11, the most competitive showcase for young quarterbacks in the United States. He led Duncanville to multiple Texas State Championship achievements. He arrived in Tuscaloosa as a 5-star prospect across the major recruiting rankings, regarded as one of the highest-rated players in the entire 2025 class. And Keelon DeBoer himself, when Russell signed with the program, said there was a swagger about him, a confidence that can't be coached, a presence you can feel before you even see the numbers. In 2025, as a freshman, Russell played only 2 games, both at home against weaker opponents. He completed 11 of 15 passes for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. Modest numbers considering the number of snaps, but enough to show what was inside him. And now, in 2026, the program is putting its chips on him. Not because it was forced to, not because there were no other options, but because on the field, behind closed doors, during the second scrimmage of fall camp, this 19-year-old showed that he was ready earlier than anyone expected. And you know what makes this even more special? The Alabama context. This program has such a massive history, such a long list of great quarterbacks that we grow up hearing the names Bryce Young, Jalen Milroe, Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Hurts, A.J. McCarron. Wearing the crimson uniform at this position isn't for just anyone. It's pressure, it's responsibility, it's the expectation of 90,000 people every week inside Bryant-Denny Stadium. And the question remains, is Keelon Russell ready for this? The coaches appear to believe he is. Thursday's scrimmage provided concrete evidence that he might be, but the game itself will deliver the final answer. The Alabama Crimson Tide is about to enter a new season with a new quarterback, a 19-year-old who arrived without making much noise, who was developed quietly while the spotlight was focused on others, and who is now on the verge of receiving the most important responsibility this program can give someone. And if Russell is what Alabama believes he is, the 2026 season will be the beginning of something much bigger than simply becoming the starting quarterback. It could be the beginning of an era. So tell me in the comments, do you believe Keelon Russell is ready to lead Alabama from week 1, or would you still rather see Austin Mack as the starter? Leave your opinion below. This conversation needs to happen. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, you know the value of this channel. So hit the like button, share this with that friend who is a Tide fan, and turn on notifications because the next Alabama news is coming. Roll Tide!